This is Josiah Plays Dragon Age Origins. Alright, I'm here in Morrigan's hut, or Flemeth's hut, as the case may be. We just woke up after being brought here from the Tower of Ishal.
You must speak to Mother, then be gone. You have an army of Darkspawn to avoid, and 'twould be best to get an early start.
I think I asked all these
I do
questions
not
already,
mind.
didn't I?
Take your time. I agree. 'Tis time you speak with Mother, then be on your way.
Yeah, she was standing there being kind of creepy when I woke up.
I shall do it.
You guys mind if I take this small shield? I guess not. Oh, look. Another chest I can't get into. So, there's dead animals on the walls. There's a lot of firewood. Why do they need so much firewood if they're mages? Can't they just make magical fire? Why is there only one bed if both of them share this house? It's not even a very big bed either. Maybe they sleep in shifts.
See, here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
It takes more than a few darkspawn to kill me.
Duncan's dead. The Grey Wardens. Even the King. They're all dead. Oh, this doesn't seem real. If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be dead on top of that tower.
Do not talk about me as if I am not present, lad.
I didn't mean... But what do we call you? You've never told us your name?
Names are pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth. I suppose it will do.
The Flemeth? From the legends? Daveth was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not?
Why did you save us? They're like the labor associated with chopping trees, splitting wood, etc. I see.
Well, we cannot have all the Grey Wardens dying at once, can we? Someone has to deal with these dark spawn. It has always been the Grey Warden's duty to unite the lands against the Blight. Or did that change when I wasn't looking?
The land is hardly united thanks to Loghain.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would he do it?
Now that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil behind it is the true threat.
The Archdemon.
What could the Tan hope to gain by betraying the king?
The throne? He's the Queen's father. Still, I can't see how he'll get away with murder.
You speak as if he would be the first king to gain his throne that way. Grow up, boy.
If Al-Eamon knew what he did, he would never stand for it. The Landsmeet would never stand for it. There would be civil war.
You think the R would believe us over the Tan?
I suppose. Al-Eamon wasn't at Ostagar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
Keep in mind that Loghain was also an honorable man.
The Jarl would never do what Teyrn Loghain did. I know him too well. I still don't know if Jarl Eamon's help would be enough. He can't defeat the Darkspawn horde by himself.
We need the rest of the Grey Wardens.
I don't know how to contact them, or if they're even on their way. We need to do something now.
You have more at your disposal than you think.
Of course! The treaties! Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Jarl Eamon, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
I don't know why he's asking me. Isn't he the senior Grey Warden here? Why not? Isn't that what Grey Wardens do?
So you are set then, ready to be Grey Wardens.
I don't suppose you could offer any more help.
Now that you mention it, I do have one more thing to offer.
The stew is bubbling, Mother dear. Shall we have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked,
What?
you had ears.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, but if Morrigan doesn't wish to join us...
Her magic will be useful. Even better, she knows the wilds and how to get past the horde.
Have I no say in this?
You have been itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
Was this your idea all along?
Pardon me, but I had the impression that you two needed assistance, whatever the form.
Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Point taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these two must unite for Eldon against the Darkspawn. They need you, Morrigan. Without you, they will surely fail, and all will perish under the Blight. Even I.
I... understand.
And you, Wardens. Do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
I understand.
Allow me to get my things, if you please.
Oh, we might do some fun trade between friends right here.
I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the wilds as our first destination. 'Tis not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
Actually, I have some questions.
I may have answers. Ask.
What skills do you have exactly?
I know a few spells, though I am nowhere near as powerful as Mother. I have also studied history and your Grey Warden treaties.
Can you cook?
I can cook, yes.
Never mind him, you don't have to cook.
You missed your chance. Now it's charred rabbit from here on out.
How are we going to get past the Darkspawn?
The real question is how we are going to get your friend past the Darkspawn, is it not?
That's true. We can sense the Darkspawn. Conversely, they can sense us.
I don't sense any Darkspawn.
You won't right away. No. It takes time. We should be able to sneak past smaller groups, but larger ones, or particularly intelligent Darkspawn, will always detect us.
Mother has given me something else for them to smell instead as we pass by. 'Tis important we head out of the wilds, however, not farther in.
The Darkspawn are camped farther in the forest.
They come from underground, like an eruption. They broke through deep within the forest, and that is where they will be most concentrated.
Tell me about this village to the north.
'Tis a small place of little consequence called Lothering. No more than a stop along your Imperial Highway where travellers purchase goods from local farms and smiths. I would go more often were it not for the town's chantry. It makes the village particularly intolerant and unpleasant for a stranger such as me.
A chantry? And they never in all this time thought that maybe you were a witch?
Of course they have. They even called out their Templars once. They found nothing.
They found nothing. Is there any reason to go to Lothering, then?
I mention it for its tavern, where travellers gather with news from other places. 'Tis small enough that our appearance might go unnoticed. Beyond that, 'tis close, and I know the way.
Have you never been outside the wilds?
From time to time. I have been to the village I mentioned, watched its people, and pondered what curious beings they are. On occasion, I purchased goods from the village merchants. There I spoke with men a little. There they stared and knew me as an outsider. Mother wishes for me to expand the horizon of my experience beyond the wilds. Even she was not born here.
Is that what you want?
What I want is to see mountains. I wish to witness the ocean and step into its waters. I want to experience a city rather than see it in my mind. So, yes, this is what I want. Actually, leaving is harder than I thought, however. Perhaps Mother is right. It must simply be done quickly.
Are you really Flemeth's daughter?
'Twas she who raised me, and thus I consider her my mother, born from her womb or not. 'Tis what you meant, yes?
I'm just wondering her age.
She would no more tell me than you, I assure you.
I have no more questions.
Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
Alistair approves. Flemeth. You are required to do nothing, least of all believe. Ages ago, legend says Ban Conobar took to wife a beautiful young woman who harbored a secret talent for magic, Flemeth of Highever. And for a time they lived happily, until the arrival of a young poet, Osen, who captured the lady's heart with his verse. We got some spoony love here. Hashtag spoony love. They turned to the Chasen tribes for help and hid from Conobar's wrath in the wilds, until word came to them that Conobar lay dying. His last wish was to see Flemeth's face one final time, and then peel it off. Wait, what? The lovers returned, but it was a trap. Conobar killed Osen and imprisoned Flemeth in the highest tower of the castle. In grief and rage, Flemeth worked a spell to summon a spirit into this world to wreak vengeance upon her husband. Vengeance she received, but not as she planned. The spirit took possession of her, turning Flemeth into an abomination, a twisted... Wow, okay, having problems here. Breathing suddenly hard. A twisted, maddened creature, she slaughtered Conobar and all his men, and fled back into the wilds. For 100 years, Flemeth plotted, stealing men from the Chastened to sire monstrous daughters. Horrific things that could kill a man with fear. These Korkari witches led an army of Chastened from the wilds to strike at the Alamari tribes. They were defeated by the hero Cormac, and all the witches burned, so they say. But even now the Wilders whisper that Flemeth lives on in the marsh, and she and her daughters steal those men who come too near. Morrigan's mother saved the last Grey Wardens from death at the top of the Tower of Ishal, but just who, or what, Flemeth truly is a mystery. Cormac from Diablo 3, yeah. But the will of a Templar is stronger! If we find the sacred tomes of my order, they are mine. Fucking yeah. Cormac. His mother was a serving girl who died. I don't know why I suddenly know extra stuff about Alistair. This never came up in conversation. He was a serving girl who died when Alistair was very young. He was raised by Eamon Garin, Arl of Redcliffe, for a time. Oh, I guess that's why, because he mentioned Arl Eamon, and then he knew him. Nobility does not exist without obligation. We owe all we have, even our lives, to our land and our people. Alright, Arl Eamon sounds pretty cool. As the maternal uncle of King Cailan, Arl Eamon is one of the king's most trusted advisors. Redcliffe, while not a large or especially wealthy part of Ferelden, is a critical strategic location. The fortress guards the western pass that leads to Orlais, as well as the major trade route with Orzammar. A well-respected man, though not the most charismatic, King Cailan once said of him, "My Uncle Eamon is a man everyone thinks well of, when they remember to think of him at all." Well, that's kind of a backhanded compliment. He's great for a scrub. Witch of the Wilds. Such idle fancies, those legends. Have you no minds of your own? Of herself, Morrigan says little. She does not deny being a Witch of the Wilds, but beyond that, everything about her is in question. Her mother claims to be Flemeth. If that's true, the Morrigan might well be a very powerful witch, for the tales of the daughters of Flemeth tell of twisted, monstrous women who can kill a man with fear. She was made to accompany the surviving Grey Wardens. The payment, Flemeth said, for saving their lives at the Tower of Ishal. Alright, we now have a bunch of quests. We have the Arl of Redcliffe. We need to seek out Arl Eamon. Alistair thinks that you should seek the help of Eamon Garin, the Arl of Redcliffe. Arl Eamon is a highly respected noble and has a great deal of influence in the Landsmeet. Alistair believes that he will certainly aid you once he learns about Logain's betrayal. We need to do a paragon of her kind. Gain Orzammar's aid battling the Blight. You need to travel deep underground to the fabled dwarven city of Orzammar to earn the trust of her king and dwarven troops for your army. Nature of the Beast. Gain the cooperation of the Dalish clans. The wandering Dalish elves, if brought together, are a force to be reckoned with. While they remain suspicious of outsiders, they may still honor the old Grey Warden treaties. Go to the Dalish elves and seek their help to fight the Blight. Gather the mages of the Circle for your army. Oh, that's going to be awkward when I go back to the Circle. Because they're going to be like, hey, you're the mage that we would have had to fucking, like, imprison or kill or something because you broke our rules and we hate you. And I'm going to be like, yeah, that's true, but will you join me? The Circle of Magi is a group of powerful mages. If you can enlist their help, they will prove formidable against the Darkspawn. The Circle Tower is situated on Lake Callanhaz. So we've got all four of those. We can do them in any order that we want. We've also got something to deliver to Jeddah in Redcliffe. We've also got Sulcher's Pass, where a troubled merchant awaits with a deal that may just be too good to be true. New quests for days. So many new quests. Now, on top of that, What's up, Splode? How you doing? Welcome. We need to level up our buddy Alistair here. I want more combat tactics for him. And I want taunt for him. But to get taunt, I have to get precise striking. So let's get that next. He's got 2 tactic slots acquired. So, if I put him on Defender, he doesn't need to activate Threaten because he's gonna have Threaten on all the time. I don't think he has any other abilities that he could activate. Okay, we'll go with that for him. Frost Sword. Okay, then we've got Morrigan, who's got all kinds of abilities. Herbalism. She's also got frost weapons. Well, it feels dumb that I took frost weapons now, but okay. She's got lightning. She's got mind blast. She's got the same spells I do. Horror. Spider shape. Ew, no. Do not turn into a spider. That's gross. Vulnerability hacks. Disorient. Drain life. Winter's Grasp. Winter's Grasp, Lightning, Mind Blast. Frost weapons. She has most of the same spells I do. Okay, I want her to drain life if health less than 50%. Yeah. Mind Blast if surrounded by at least 2 enemies. Sure. Being attacked by melee attack. Horror. But then, with these tactics, she's not even going to use her lightning. She needs more tactics badly. I guess we'll go with that for now. We gotta get her some more tactic slots. What level is she? She's level 7 already? She's already higher level than us, and she's got dick for tactics. Woo, it's obnoxious. I could have her use frost weapons. That way I wouldn't have to use it, and that way I would have more mana to cast my shit. I don't think you can benefit from, like, double frost weapons. So that means I could just not use it. She could use it. See, she's got 119 health and 161 mana. A lot less mana than I have. Let's look at her stats. 14, 16, 22, 27 magic. As opposed to my magic, which is also 27. I just have way more willpower than she does. Let's see what she has here. She's got spider shape. Fuck that. Literally never using it. Spider cow shape. Yeah, Nox. Frost weapons and winter's grass. Lightning. I didn't realize I was taking so many of the same spells as Morrigan. Mind Blast. Vulnerability, Hex. Disorient, Horror, Brain Life. I mean, she doesn't have enough tactic slots to use these, so I would have to take control of her myself in combat and use them, which I don't feel like doing. So, whatever. I don't care what she does. Let's look at her equipment. Are we gonna fun trade between friends here? She's got a shitty staff. Morrigan's robes. Morrigan appears to have assembled this outfit from scraps of clothing salvaged from the Chasen folk. It is adorned with glossy feathers and colored stones that she probably found in the wilds. 2 magic and 10% cold damage. Only Morrigan can wear her robes. And she's got a wildstone clasp, a rough-hewn gem in a deceptively simple setting. Great skill was required to fashion this to look primitive and yet still elegant. Morrigan has an eye for quality that defies her wild nature. Willpower and mental resistance. I think she likes jewelry and shit, and I have some jewelry items I can give away. Don't I have some gifts? Then again, I don't care that much about what Morrigan thinks about me, so I don't know if I'll give her much in the way of gifts. Here, have this tribal necklace.
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
I don't know what other gifts I have. I have a necklace, I think, a silver bracelet. I think she'd like that too, but I'm not going to give it to her. A beef bone, as I could give her a beef bone! Welcome to the party! Have this dog bone! Enjoy! That would be almost insulting. You've lost approval with Morrigan. Alright, do we have a better staff she can use? Doesn't look like it. I sold all my other staffs. I shouldn't have. I should have thought. I thought she'd have something good. Do we have a better... Like, do we want to give her some... gloves and boots? I don't think we do. They'll just add fatigue. It'll give her more mana cost. Do we want to give her some rings and belts and shit? I think we do. So, let's talk about belts. We've got the Ephemeralist belt, Spirit Resistance, that's almost useless. We've got the Buckle of the Winds, multiple buckets of the buckets. Skiver, a Buckle of the Winds, and a couple of rings. Like, for example, the Ring of Study. And the iced band, I guess. Alright. That's it. She's set up. She's in the team. She approves +5 of us giving her that tribal necklace. Looks like we're nowhere near any kind of approval level, though. So she is a shapeshifter. Shapeshift! Alright. So we have our team.
Have you not left yet? I hope you are not hanging about for some stew.
You could come with us, you know.
Oh, I prefer to remain here. Considering what the world has done to me, I have already done more than it deserves.
What has the world done to you?
That is between the world and me. Your business is elsewhere.
But you're more powerful than we are.
It is not a matter of power. No one person in all of Thedas has enough power to stand against a blight. Were that the case, sending you two would be quite the jest. What is important is that you are both Grey Wardens. Your task is to unite the land, inspire its men, and turn them from their petty politics to face the archdemon. In that, you are more powerful than I by far. I am but an old woman whom the world has largely forgotten.
Could you answer some questions?
Questions. One would think a Grey Warden would be more interested in action. Ah.
Can I ask about your magic?
Looking for new spells. Secrets you think old Flemeth has cooked up over the years. Well, they're of no use to you without years of practicing my ways. I am not like your circle with its books, you see. Not that I would mind a replacement daughter to order around.
Believe me, you do not want that.
How long have you lived in the wilds?
Since before I was wrinkled and old. Ah, you may think it strange, but I was once young and beautiful, just as Morrigan is now. Yes, men desired Flemeth then, and some even killed for her.
Why did you suddenly start talking about yourself in third person? You don't seem happy about that.
I am not, nor was I then. It dictated all that followed. But enough. You have your task to complete.
What will you do once we're gone?
Huh, have a moment's peace for once.
I hear the peace of the grave is eternal.
This is the thanks I get for feeding you and putting up with you for this long. Bah! May your child one day treat you the same.
Feed me, she says. Without me, I swear, she shall be caked in dirt and eating tree bark inside of a month.
Do you have any advice?
About the Darkspawn?
Well, about anything, really.
Then hear this. I laugh at a world full of stupid humans who ignore the Blight's evil and abandon their vigilance to chase mortal goals. Remember, it is up to you to destroy the Blight. Pray not for someone else to destroy it. It will always nip at your heels.
I suppose I have no more questions.
Then we are done. Now, if you will excuse me, I have some dinner to eat. Have you not left yet? I hope you are not hanging about. Questions. One would think a great... Then we are done.
What do you need?
Do you want to talk about Duncan?
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
It doesn't mean I don't mourn his loss.
I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not when so much is riding on us, not with the Blight and everything. I'm sorry.
He's got like weird red glowies going on because he's in threaten mode. There's no need to apologize.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of.
He had you.
I suppose he did. It probably sounds stupid, but part of me wishes I was with him, in the battle. I feel like I abandoned him.
No, I understand completely.
Of course. I'd be dead then, wouldn't I? It's not like that would make him happier. I think he came from High Ever, or so he said. Maybe I'll go up there sometime. See about putting up something in his honor. I don't know. Have you had someone close to you die? Not that I mean to pry, I'm just...
I've lost enough to know what you're going through.
Yes, I imagine you really have, haven't you? Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
Maybe I'll go to High Ever with you when you go.
I'd like that. So would he, I think.
Alistair approves +6.
What do you need?
I'd like to ask you something.
Ask away.
So you said this Arl Eamon raised you.
Oh, did I say that? I meant that dogs raised me. Giant slobbering dogs from the Anderfells. A whole pack of them, in fact.
I thought you were raised by the Chantry.
Oh, there you go, listening to me again. You'd think you'd have gotten past that already. I ended up in the Chantry, sure, but I didn't start there. Let's see, how do I explain this? I'm a bastard. And before you make any smart comments, I mean the fatherless kind. My mother was a serving girl in Redcliffe Castle who died when I was very young. Arl Eamon wasn't my father, but he took me in anyhow and put a roof over my head. He was good to me, and he didn't have to be. I respect the man, and I don't blame him anymore for sending me off to the Chantry once I was old enough.
Why did he send you off to the Chantry?
Arl Eamon eventually married a young woman from Orlais, which caused all sorts of problems between him and the king because it was so soon after the war. But he loved her. Anyhow, then you, Arlessa, resented the rumors which pegged me as his bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10, just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
This Arlessa doesn't sound very nice. Nobody from Orlais is nice. Fantasy France. What an awful thing to do to a child.
Maybe. She felt threatened by my presence, I can see that now. I can't say I blame her. She wondered if the rumors were true herself, I bet. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall and it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Arl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there, and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just stopped coming.
That's sad. Are you sure he wasn't your father?
Yes, I'm quite sure. At any rate, I don't look anything like him, you'll see for yourself. Not that it stopped the rumors any. All I know is that the Arl is a good man, and well loved by the people. He also was King Kaelin's uncle, so he has a personal motivation to see Loghain pay for what he did. Anyway, that's really all there is to the story.
Codex updated. The Arl's wife, Isolde, suspected the reason her husband took an interest in the welfare of a servant's child attack was that Alistair was Eamon's son. She insisted that the boy be sent away to the Chantry.
What do you need?
I need to ask you something. Wait. I think I've already asked him these other things.
What do you need? Ask away.
Why have you remained a Templar if you hate the Chantry?
Have you seen the uniform? It's not only stylish, but well made. I'm a sucker for good tailoring.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen you wearing it.
I keep it hidden under my pillow. Sometimes I'll take it out just so I can hug it fondly and remember the good old days. Brings a tear to the eyes, you know.
So you stay a Templar out of sentiment?
Oh, sure. They said that all the self-flagellation would be unpleasant, but you know what they say. One man's pain. You don't really want to know about my being a Templar, do you? It's really quite boring.
I do really want to know, yes.
Poke, poke, poke. Tell me everything about your life, Alistair. All right, if you insist. It's not like we have anything better to do, right? The truth of the matter is that I did hate going to the monastery. The initiates from poor families thought I put on airs, while the noble ones called me a bastard and ignored me. I felt like Arl Eamon had cast me off, unwanted, and I was determined to be bitter. But I took some solace in the training itself, I guess. I was actually quite good at it.
Enjoyed hunting mages, did you?
No, I never got that far. I mostly learned about discipline, and training my mind to use the abilities that Templars have. It was difficult, but rewarding. I never really felt at home anywhere, though, until I joined the Grey Wardens. And Duncan felt my Templar abilities might be useful for when we encountered Darkspawn magic, so I kept it up. What about you? Do you have anywhere you consider home?
The Circle of Magi's Tower was my home for a long time.
But it's not your home anymore, right? You can never go back for good. I think I understand how you feel. We won't always be traveling like this, you know? Once the war is over, once the Blight is... well, a time will come when we'll have to think about having a real home again. Though that seems like a far ways off. And I suppose the Grey Wardens are gone for good, either way.
That's assuming we even survive.
You're right. Best to concentrate on what we have to do right now.
Okay.
The time has come to leave the wilds. Do you not agree?
I do agree. Except, what if there's shit to loot around here? I don't think there is, but one never knows until one checks. Deep in the wilds. Gather your party and venture forth. Ooh, we finally got to the world map. We're no longer in the tutorial, basically. So there's lots of cool places on the world map, and more places will be added. Lammas Hut. Brazilian outskirts. The edge of the Brazilian forest, the dangers of which are well recorded in local legends. That's where we go to recruit the elves. Lothering, a small town just off the Imperial Highway at the edge of the hinterlands. That's where we have to go first. Redcliffe Castle, a fortress high above the village, the home of Arl Eamon Garen. Redcliffe Village, a fishing village on the shores of Lake Calenhad. That's where we go to recruit Arl Eamon. Sulcher's Pass. Although the route is more treacherous than Garland's Pass to the north, Sulcher's Pass can shave more than 2 days travel off the journey to Orlais. That's where we go for one of the DLCs. Lake Calenhad docks, sitting in the shadows of the old Imperial Highway. These docks are now the only means to reach the tower. The Circle Tower, rising out of the middle of Lake Calenhad. This tower is the home of Ferelden's Circuit of Magi. That's where we started the game, in the Circle Tower, and we have to go back there to recruit the mages. The Frostback Mountains, a range of dramatic peaks that stretch across western Ferelden, forming a natural border with Orlais. That's where we go to recruit the dwarves. Our party camp, the current party campsite. The Amaranthine Ocean. What up, Amaranth? Denerim is the capital city of Ferelden. Largest city and main port, also the location of the Royal Palace. We don't specifically have to go there to recruit a faction for any of our quests right now, but there is a lot of shit to do in Denerim as well. So we'll get to travel around wherever we want soon. But first we are required to go to Lothering to sort of unlock the way to everywhere else. Although I can go to the party camp. Let's just go to Lothering first. As the blood splotches move on the map. Oh, we've encountered something. Denerim.
And I expect each of you to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly. There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this Darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your lordship, if I might speak. You have declared yourself Queen Honora's regent, and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most fortuitous.
Everything I have done has been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you!
The Banorn will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
So he's basically just taken over after he let the king die.
Bantegan, please!
That's
Your
Honora.
Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Bantegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, Your Majesty?
Oh! Hashtag remember Kalen, even though he was a fool. He got left out to dry. It's the doggo! Oh. Alright, motherfuckers. wags his tail happily in pants. I think this is the Mabari I helped cure back at Ostagar.
I think he was out there looking for you. He's chosen you. Mabari are like that. They call it imprinting.
Does this mean we're going to have this mangy beast following us about now? Wonderful.
He's not mangy.
I've always wanted a dog like this. Maybe it's meant to be. Oh, we get to name the doggo! Oh, we get to name it! When I first played through this game, I was still living with Tim at the time, and I named the dog Tim my first playthrough. You can name it Sinclair. Alright, I will. Mabari is clever enough to speak and wise enough to know not to. Ferelden proverb. Caitlin found this Mabari in the camp at Ostagar. His master was killed in the wilds, and Sinclair fell ill from biting the Darkspawn in battle. Sinclair seems to have chosen Caitlin as his new master now, seeking Caitlin out after the battle at Ostagar and warning of an impending Darkspawn attack. Queen Enora. We have been given the gift of freedom by our forebears. Let us not squander it. A Tim of another name. Yeah. The only child of the war hero Loghain Mactyr, Enora has never been one to stay quietly in the background. It is common knowledge that in the 5 years Enora and Caitlin held the throne together, she was the one wielding the power. She is held in much higher esteem than her husband by the people of Ferelden, nobility and commoners alike, and commands the respect even of foreign nations, having once inspired Empress Selene of Orlais to declare, Enora of Ferelden is a solitary rose among brambles. Loghain Mactyr. He then returned to Denerim and declared himself the regent to his daughter, Queen Enora, demanding that Ferelden follow him against the Darkspawn, upsetting a great many of the bands. Ban Tegan Garen. The Banorn will not bow to you simply because you demand it. Younger brother to Arl Eamon of Redcliffe and uncle to King Cailan. Tegan holds the Banorn of Rainisfere, a tiny province of Redcliffs squeezed between the Frostback Mountains and Lake Calenhad. Ban Tegan avoids the Denerim court except to go hunting with his nephew, and rarely makes himself heard at the Landsmeet, preferring to leave politics to his brother. Party approval. One of your party members likes you.
As you say.
Demonic Ichor. Understandably difficult to find, this ichor can sometimes be found in the hearts of corpses that have been possessed by demons, and is naturally both thick and black. In the right hands it can be made into a very potent poison. We got a psychic monk named Sinclair. Wanna step to him? Nah, you don't dare. You best know he ain't gonna fight fair. Try to hit him back, but he ain't there. Wags his tail happily. Do you see anything interesting? Sinclair doesn't seem to have found anything. Bounces around you, barking excitedly. Let's pet him. He rolls around happily on his back. Apparently I'm petting him with telekinetic grasp. Hey, Sinclair. I got something for you. Where the hell is it? It's a chicken beef bone. Wait. The dog has a growl, a dread howl, terrifying moo, a fortitude. It can charge. I could just play as the dog the whole game. So, in my very first playthrough of this game, this is the party I kept for the entire game. I never used any of the other companions. The dog, Morrigan, Alistair. And actually, I started with the dog because I was a human noble. As a human noble, you don't meet the dog at Ostagar. It's actually your dog from the beginning of the game, in your origin story. I think we made it to Lothering. Ah, these guys.
Wake up, gentlemen. More travelers to attend to.
I love this guy.
I guess the pretty one is the leader.
They don't look much like them others, you know. Maybe we should just let these ones pass.
Nonsense. Greetings, travelers.
Highwaymen, preying on those fleeing the Darkspawn, I suppose.
They are fools to get in our way. I say, teach them a lesson.
How is that any way to greet someone? A simple 10 silvers and you're free to move on.
Your tow collectors, then?
Indeed, for the upkeep of the Imperial Highway. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it?
Perhaps you should charge more, then.
You want to pay more? Well, we'll happily accept donations.
Forget it. I'm not paying you thugs anything.
Well, I can't say I'm pleased to hear that. We have rules, you know.
Right. We get to ransack your corpse, then. Those are the rules.
You can certainly try.
Well, this is going nowhere. Let's finish this, gents.
More enemies ahead!
Now we can
That's some glory!
Wary!
I am your death! Back!
All right, we surrender. We're just trying to get by before the Darkspawn get us all.
Get by. You're a criminal.
Yes, I'm a criminal. I admit it. I apologize.
I apologize. I want some questions answered.
Well, what could I tell you? We aren't even from these parts.
They look pretty dead, yeah, right, Splode? What exactly have you been doing?
Well, watching for folks fleeing from the south. Chasing from the wilds and farmholders, mostly. There aren't soldiers here anymore, so we help ourselves. We try not to hurt anyone too much.
What's going on in Lothering?
It's packed full. The band took his men north with Tear and Loghain, so there's no one looking out for it except a few Templars at the Chantry. Well, I was just trying to feed my family, you know?
Have you heard about any survivors from the battle?
Couple, maybe. A group of wounded Ash Warriors came by earlier. Got right out of their way.
What news have you heard?
Everyone's saying how the Grey Wardens betrayed the king during the Darkspawn fight. Got him and themselves killed.
What?
Tear and Loghain pulled out just in time. First thing he's doing as regent is putting a bounty on Grey Wardens.
They're saying the Grey Wardens betrayed the king? Brrr, injustice. Alright, that's enough questions.
Well then, let me go!
Hand over everything you've stolen.
Yes, of course. The coins we collected are right here. Just over 100 silvers. The rest is in the chests we brought. I swear.
Then start running, and don't come back.
Bless you. The Darkspawn can have this place.
Bandits on the road. The bandits surrendered to you. After suffering defeat at your hands, you let them go with a warning, and you doubt they'll cause any more trouble for Lothering for a while. You have arrived in Lothering and may rest and resupply here. Past the village lies the Imperial Highway, the road that runs through all of Ferelden. The highway will take you to the various places you need to go. Redcliffe, the Brazilian Forest, the Circle of Magi's Tower, and the Dwarven City of Orzammar. He gave me a ring called Surveyor. Jewelry roll on the finger, +1 willpower. Oh, the doggo has a collar. A comfortably stretched and presumably familiar collar. There's a printed family crest, but the color has gone out of it. A dead Templar with a locket and a note. New quest, a fallen Templar. New codex, a note from Sir Henrik. You found the body of a Templar slain by bandits. His corpse had been picked clean of everything save a note and a locket. Perhaps the locket will mean something to someone back in Lothering. A note from Sir Henrik. So many of my fellow knights have been searching for the urn. Surely one of them must have found Brother Genetivi by now. Still, until I hear that all is well, I must proceed as planned. Brother Genetivi holds the key to finding the urn of sacred ashes. We always knew this, but I believe I now know where Brother Genetivi lives. Or, I believe I now know where Brother Genetivi lies. I have been to his home in Denerim and found the trail, and I am amazed that other knights have not done likewise. Unless they have? No, it is best not to get caught up in thoughts of conspiracy. Sir Donald awaits my report in Lothering. I must go to him immediately and report what I have learned. Should anyone find these ramblings, all I ask is that he be informed of my fate. I pray that he complete what I cannot. A note from Sir Henrik of Redcliffe. We've also learned about the world map. We've also learned about Lothering. In ancient times, Lothering was little more than a trading post that served the fortress of Ostagar to the south. Nowadays it is larger, serving Redcliffe and the community of merchants and surface dwarves near Orzammar. Its location on the North Road gives it strategic value, so control of Lothering has historically been a matter of contention between the southern Banorn and the South Reach Arling. King Calenhad himself stepped in and awarded the town to South Reach in the Exalted Age, which has largely ended the feud, or at least the appearance of it. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travelers of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Genitivi. We've seen a whole bunch of books by this Brother Genitivi, and that's who was just being talked about in that Templar's note. Crumpled note was written by Sir Henrik, a Knight of Redcliffe. This golden locket bears within it a tiny painting of a pretty brown-haired young woman. It is impossible to tell who the woman might be, but whoever owned the locket was quite fond of her.
Very well.
We reduce these bandits to bones! To bones! Trap triggers. Elf root. Silver ring. A ring of fine silver filigree. Even the most powerful trap requires a trigger. This bit of metal and wire could easily be turned into one by someone of sufficient skill. What did I just do? Somehow unequipped my staff. Inequipped? Unequipped? Hey, it's Lothering. Chickens!
Well, there it is. Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
Ah, so you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset so hard to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? Just what would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing.
Right, very creepy. Forget I asked.
I love the fucking bickering between Alistair and Morrigan. What did you want to talk about, Alistair?
His navel, I suspect. He certainly has been contemplating it for long enough.
Oh, I get it. This is the part where we're shocked to discover how you've never had a friend your entire life.
I can be friendly when I desire to. Alas, desiring to be more intelligent does not make it so.
Anyway, I thought we should talk about where we intend to go first.
You have some thoughts on that point, Alistair?
This should be good.
I think what Flemeth suggested is the best idea. These treaties, have you looked at them?
What do you mean?
The treaties, the ones we got from Flemeth. With these, we will be able to ask for assistance. Maybe even raise an army. There are three main groups that we have treaties for. The Dalish Elves, the Dwarves of Orzammar, and the Circle of Magi. I also still think that Arleman is our best bet for help. We might even want to go to him first.
What do you think we should do, Morrigan?
Go after your enemy directly. Find this man Loghain and kill him. The rest of this business with the treaties can then be done in safety.
Yes, he certainly wouldn't see that coming, and it's not like he has the advantage of an army and experience and...
I was asked for my opinion and I gave it. If your wish is to come up with reasons why something cannot be done, we will stand here until the Darkspawn are upon us.
Is there a way to contact the Grey Wardens?
Short of leaving Ferelden to seek them out, the only place to send word to would be Weishaupt Fortress. And that's thousands of miles away.
Why are you leaving it up to me?
Well, I don't know where we should go. I'll do whatever you decide.
Now that is unsurprising.
Arleman is a good man, but I don't know for sure he's where we should go. I'm not going to fight about it.
Well, then we need to find these people.
I can give you directions, if you like.
Where would Loghain be exactly?
If he isn't out in the field with his army, he's probably going to be at the palace in Denerim. We can go to Denerim, but somehow I suspect that they're not going to let us just walk around. Only a suspicion, of course.
Won't the Circle of Magi do what the Chantry says?
Technically, the Circle of Magi is independent. We don't know that the Chantry won't support us, of course.
You truly believe that?
If we speak to the first enchanter, he should see that his responsibility to the Grey Wardens supersedes anything the Chantry or even Tanlo Gain might have to say about it.
Where do we find the dwarves?
We would need to speak to their king in Orzammar. That means heading west into the Frostback Mountains, which won't be easy.
Where will we find the Dalish elves?
If we head eastward, towards the Brazilian forest, we should hear word of one of the clans that wanders that area. Hopefully they will still be there.
And where do we find Earl Eamon?
He'll be at Castle Redcliffe, in the far western part of Ferelden, next to the mountain passes. If he isn't there, someone will be able to tell us where he is.
I don't need any more directions.
Then you have a plan.
I'm ready to get going.
Fair enough. Let's head into the village whenever you're ready. What do you need?
What now?
Sinclair! Gonna look around low the ring. It's a chicken!
It is begun.
Delicious chicken. Lightning! No? Okay.
Please, we came here to get away from the fighting. Please, what will happen to us now that the king is dead?
Just how smart are Mabari supposed to be, anyway? Do you think they understand everything we say? Oh, is that so? You could just be listening to the tone of my voice. You could be an utter moron for all we know. Hey now! There's nothing saying that a moron can't be cute and adorable. Who's the cute and adorable puppy? Ignorance is bliss, isn't it? That's what the Chantry kept telling me anyhow.
Nice.
What do you wish of me?
Nothing.
I want to go home. I'm scared.
So these refugees have come from the surrounding area.
I hear those bandits are back again. Why
don't
don't the
like this
Templars
place.
kill them?
Why did we come here?
There'll just be more bandits as soon as you leave. As if we needed more fighting here. Don't you see how scared everyone is?
I want to go home.
So they're mad at me for fighting the bandits. I'm sure they don't need these things.
I want to go home.
I hear you drove off those bandits. I hope they
As
don't
if we
come
needed
back.
more fighting here. Don't you see how scared everyone is?
I can't believe that Kunari creature isn't dead yet.
I thought there would be soldiers here, or at least a place to hide.
A few knights have come through here searching for some holy artifact. None of them stopped to help.
I brought my family to Lothering because I thought it would be safe.
I almost feel sorry for the Kunari locked in that cage. It won't be able to defend itself from the Darkspawn.
Kunari locked in a cage sounds intriguing.
There'll just be more bandits as soon as you leave.
I don't like this place. Why did we come here?
I hear you drove off those bandits. I hope they don't come back. The blight has truly come, and the king is dead. We're all going to die.
People seem concerned.
Please, we came here to get away from the fighting.
I almost feel sorry for the Kunari locked in that cage. It won't be able to defend itself from the Darkspawn.
Who are you? Can you protect us?
Probably not, really. What's your story?
You don't look like the other folk fleeing the south. Were you in the battle?
What makes you think that?
You don't look chastened, so you're not from the wilds. And you're not a farmer. I'd guess you saw some fighting.
Yes, I'm a Grey Warden.
Then you'd best clear out. We're loyal to the king here, and word from the north is the Wardens betrayed King Kalen. Tairn Loghain has a bounty on any who survived.
I don't give a shit about this bounty. They can come collect. Tarawak, how many hours in, Josiah? Not very many. I'm still really close to the beginning of the game. I'm in Lothering. If you know anything about the game, you know that Lothering is early on. So, exact number of hours? I don't know, like... 8, 9? In a game that typically takes me 100+ hours to play through. Grey Wardens did no such thing.
That's not what the Tairn's bounty says. I don't have the steel to try you, but you may want to watch yourself around those who do.
I have some questions.
Can't promise I'm going to answer them.
Can't promise I'm not gonna freeze you solid with my magic. Wait, what? What's going on here?
What isn't? We got chastened barbarians in every farmholder south of Callanhard running from the Darkspawn. Not that they'll be safe here with the army gone.
But who's in charge of this village?
You could talk to the Elder, though she's got her hands full getting everyone on their way. For now, most folks go to Sir Bryant. He's head of the Chantry's Templars.
You don't have a ruling lord?
He's gone to war and taken all his soldiers, leaving us to fend for ourselves. There's not going to be much left when he returns, if he returns.
Were those bandits always outside the village?
Were? You mean they're gone?
Yes, I drove them off.
Well, goody for you. Now there's no one to drive off the blighted refugees. Sir Brian'll be glad, though. He's been talking about offering a reward for anyone who'd run them out.
I should go.
Don't let me stop you.
Thank you, sir. You know, I think before I run around and talk to everybody in town, I'm gonna go straight for a specific place.
You there. If you're looking for safe shelter, I'll warn you, there's none to be found.
We'll talk to you in a second.
It's just a guess, but I'm thinking everyone in Lothering is aware of the approaching Darkspawn horde.
I'm cold. I don't like this.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't.
Back off. I have the right to charge what I wish.
You profit from their misfortune. I should have the Templars give away everything in your carts.
You wouldn't dare. Any of you step too close to my goods and I'll...
It's so nice to see everyone working together in a crisis. Warms the heart.
Oh, you there. You look able. Would you care to make a tiny profit helping a beleaguered businessman?
Is your profiteering ruffling some feathers?
You could say that, yes.
The nerve of these people!
He is charging outlandish prices for things people desperately need. Their blood is filling his pockets.
'Tis only survival of the fittest. All of these cretins would do the same in his shoes, given the chance.
I have limited supplies. The people decide what those supplies are worth to them.
You bought most of your wares from these very people last week. Now they flee for their lives, and you want to talk business?
Look, stranger, I've 100 silvers if you drive this rabble off, starting with that priest. I'm an honest merchant, nothing more.
Well, honestly, I'm not really on the side of this merchant guy, but I also don't really like the priests at all. You don't think you're being unscrupulous?
Would it help these folks if they could buy no goods at all?
They spend their very last coin because they are desperate, and this man preys upon them as surely as the bandits outside the city.
Ah, I'm not arguing anymore. Drive off this woman and get your 100 silvers. Otherwise, I'm taking my wagon and leaving.
I am good at persuading. I think you can compromise and still make a profit, no?
Perhaps. If that woman agrees I'm allowed to charge something.
Do what you must, so long as the prices do not beggar the needy.
Fine, fine, done. And since you don't look too needy, normal prices for you.
So, we have come to solve every squabble in the village personally. My, but the Darkspawn will be impressed.
Thank
Morrigan
you for your generous
disapproves.
assistance. May the Maker watch over your path.
Don't thank me, I didn't do it for you. Yeah, Morrigan fucking hates it whenever you help anyone.
I shall do it. As you say.
I'm gonna take your bow. Look, we'll talk to you in a second. All you people, we'll talk to you in a second.
Ah, the Chantry Board. Yes, let us run errands for the betterment of mankind as well as a few coppers.
We'll talk to all you in a second. Talk to you in a second. Wrong place. We'll talk to you in a second.
I have a wonder, Alistair, if you will indulge me.
Do I have a choice?
Jogs behind
Of
the
the
dog.
two of you that remain, are you not the senior Grey Warden here? I find it curious that you allow another to lead while you follow.
You find that curious, do you?
In fact, you defer to a new recruit. Is this the policy of the Grey Wardens, or simply a personal one?
What do you want to hear? That I prefer to follow? I do.
You sound so very defensive.
Couldn't you crawl into a bush somewhere and die? That would be great, thanks.
They don't get along very well. I think it's hilarious. I think this is the place I want to go.
He
Speak
talked
to
to
that-
everyone in the tavern. How are we supposed to know where the urn of sacred ashes is? Might as well ask us how to get to the moon.
He said that all the Redcliffe Knights were looking for it, as if they didn't have anything better to do. I don't get it.
Well, look what we have here then. I think we've just been blessed.
Uh-oh. Loghain's men. This can't be good.
Didn't we spend all morning asking about a woman by this very description, and everyone said they hadn't seen her?
It seems we were lied to.
Gentlemen, surely there is no need for trouble. These are no doubt simply more poor souls seeking refuge.
They're more than that. Now stay out of our way, sister. You protect these traitors, you'll get the same as them.
It's Liliana! She's my favorite character in this game. What makes you think we're traitors?
Tern Loghain claims the Grey Wardens betrayed the king. Or haven't you heard?
Enough talk! Take the warden into custody. Kill this sister and anyone else that gets in your way.
Right, let's make this quick.
Let's make this quick! You cannot win! Now you fall! Most
All right,
excellent!
you've won. We surrender.
Good. They've learned their lesson and we can all stop fighting now.
The Grey Wardens didn't betray King Kalen. Loghain did. Bar brawl.
I was there! The Tern pulled us out of a trap.
The Tern left the king to die.
The Wardens led the king to his death. The Tern could do nothing!
Dialogue was quiet, combat very loud. Really? Take a message to Loghain.
What do you want to tell him?
The Grey Wardens know what really happened.
I'll tell him! Right away, now. Thank you.
I apologize for interfering, but I couldn't just sit by and not help.
So I see. Where does a sister learn to fight like that?
I wasn't born in the Chantry, you know. Many of us had more colorful lives before we joined. Let me introduce myself. I am Liliana, one of the lay sisters of the Chantry here in Lothering. Oh, I was.
I'm Caitlin. A pleasure.
Those men said you're a Grey Warden. You will be battling the Darkspawn, yes? That is what Grey Wardens do. I know after what happened, you will need all the help you can get. That's why I'm coming along.
Why are you so eager to come with me?
The Maker told me to.
Can you elaborate?
I know that sounds absolutely insane, but it's true. I had a dream. A vision.
More crazy? I thought we were all full up.
Look at the people here. They are lost in their despair, and this darkness, this chaos, will spread. The Maker doesn't want this. What you do, what you are meant to do, is the Maker's work. Let me help.
Very well. I will not turn away help when it is offered.
Perhaps your skull was cracked worse than Mother thought.
Thank you. I appreciate being given this chance. I will not let you down.
Welcome to the team. Unfortunately, Doggo, you're gonna have to go, my friend. Sinclair. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll get rid of Morrigan. I mean, I am gonna get rid of Morrigan soon anyway. But for now, I'll get rid of the Doggo.
Indeed.
Leliana. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. A lay sister of the Chantry, who can beat the stuffing out of trained mercenaries, would be notable enough. But one who also claims to have been sent to fight the Darkspawn by the Maker himself is unusual, to say the least. She joined Alistair and Caitlin in Lothering, insisting that she would prove useful. The weird thing is I have dialogue option volume at max, and music and sound effects are reduced. Alright, so...
Yes?
What do you know of this place?
Lothering? I think it started as a settlement by the river, and then grew when it became the place where two roads met. There are always people in Lothering, but many are just passing through.
Let's talk about something else.
Yes?
Not for now. Goodbye. Alright, let's see. What can she do? She's a rogue, obviously. Right now she's got an enchanted dagger. A wheel representing the Maker's unending patience and Andraste's unquenchable passion. Simple and inspirational, though uncommon outside the Chantry. A gift meant to be given without conditions. Gifts are cunning and mental resistance. She's got leather boots and a Chantry robe. And what skills does she have? She's good at cunning and dexterity. She's got Song of Valor, because she's also a bard. Bard sings an ancient tale of valorous heroes, granting the party bonuses to mana or stamina regeneration at a rate affected by the bard's cunning. The bard can only sing one song at a time. That's pretty nice. She's got Dirty Fighting, incapacitates a target, stunned for a short time. Below the belt, a swift and unsportsmanlike kick to the target, dealing normal combat damage as well as imposing penalties to defense and movement speed unless the target passes a physical resistance check. She's got Stealing, 1 and 2, little poison making, and some combat training. No tactics, though. She's got Deft Hands, 1 and 2, so she can finally we have someone that can pick some locks. All rogues have some understanding of opening locks and spotting traps, but particularly dexterous hands and a steady grip give the character a bonus when picking locks or disarming traps. The character's cunning score also contributes to these skills. Improved tools. The rogue is taken to carrying a full set of implements designed to defeat trickier locks and spring traps without harm. These tools add a further bonus when lockpicking or disarming traps, which the character's cunning score also affects. And she's got archery stuff. Pinning shot. A shot to the target's legs disables the foe, pinning the target in place unless it passes a physical resistance check, and slowing movement speed otherwise. Crippling shot. A carefully aimed shot hampers the target's ability to fight by reducing attack and defense if it hits, although the shot inflicts only normal damage. The Master Archer talent adds an attack bonus while firing the crippling shot. Rapid shot. Speed wins out over power while this mode is active, as the archer fires more rapidly but without any chance of inflicting regular critical hits. Scattering shot. The archer fires a shot designed to open up a weak spot in the target's armor. The shot deals normal damage if it hits and imposes an armor penalty on the target. Okay. So, she should be an archer. Do we even have a single bow? We have all kinds of bows. We have Bregan's bow, but she needs a 24 dexterity for that. She can wear this studded leather, I think. Or she could wear... There's the studded leather. Gives her some armor. Or she could wear just leather. But I don't have any other just leather other than boots. So now we'll just have her wear the studded leather. She'll use this bow. She'll use this ring that gives critical backstab damage and armor penetration and stuff. She'll use this belt. She's got her own amulet. Okay. Poison making, stealing.
Right away.
Song of Valor will be useful. Unfortunately, she does not have enough tactic slots for all the... No, I don't want this and this at all. I want her to use... Alright. So we have one of our permanent party members. Now we'll come back here. Start looking through the rest of the town.
So how is it that Terran Logain survived when even the Grey Wardens didn't make it out of that place down south?
I heard he saw just in time what those Grey Wardens were doing and saved his men. He's a hero, that's what he is.
Too bad he couldn't save poor King Kalen. Blast those Grey Wardens, they deserve what they got and more.
I'll say. First they drag the king down there and then they throw him to the wolves. It's no wonder it all went bad.
Everybody blames the Grey Wardens for everything that happened. Which is not cool.
So I take it you did not enjoy your Templar training?
That's directed at me, I take it.
Do you see any others about who have failed at their religious instruction?
I didn't fail, I was recruited into the Grey Wardens.
And if you had not been recruited, what would have happened instead?
I would turn into a drooling lunatic, slaughter the Grand Cloud, and run
Your
through
self-awareness does you credit.
I thought you'd like that.
That one part wasn't voiced.
I don't like this place. Why did we come here? Please, we came here to get away from the fight.
As if we needed more fighting here. Don't you see how scared everyone is?
How terrible for Queen Honora that her young king is dead, and she not even with child.
Who are you? Can you protect us?
Hey, what's on now? Can't promise I'm going to answer them.
Never mind.
Don't let me
asked
stop
these
you.
Questions.
Move on if you can. Lothering's lost.
What's he mean?
We've had refugees streaming from the south for the last 2 days. The Chantry and Tavern are full to bursting. There simply isn't enough food to go around, and we Templars can barely keep order. You'd be better off elsewhere, my friend.
Can I ask a few questions?
I'm just out here to keep an eye out for Darkspawn. Please ask someone in town. No offense.
Is anyone in charge here?
The band has marched north with Cairn Loghain, so Lothering's on its own. Most folks look to Elder Miriam. Otherwise, you could speak to Sir Bryant in the Chantry, I suppose. It's up to you. I'm just here to keep watch.
As if we needed more fighting here. I brought my family to Lothering because I thought it would be safe.
I'm scared. When are we going home?
There'll just be more bandits as
So
soon
many
as you
refugees.
leave.
I heard those bandits are back again. Why
were
don't the
lucky.
Templars kill them?
We had the coin to pay the toll to those bandits. Many didn't.
Mother says we have to run before the bad men get here. I almost feel sorry for the Kunari locked in that cage. It won't be able to defend itself from the Darkspawn. I hope they don't come back.
So, whose chest is this?
As you say, allow me. I could do that for you.
Yeah, you could.
What now? I shall.
Thanks. We got a fire crystal. These shards of lifestone are infused with magic, either naturally or by one of the tranquil. They're white hot and useful in many fire-related potions and traps. It's that one stone you had, Nox. The Ember Stone, or whatever it was called.
Don't suppose you're looking to buy something?
I am indeed. Let's see what you have.
All right. Just don't buy everything up.
Fire bombs. Acid flash, health poultices, injury kits, blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Corruptor agent. Blah 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 blah. Ooh, some nice weapons here. Whatever the fuck a Darmisu is. A blade forged by the Dalish smiths, made from metal, bartered for from the human lands. A whitewood crossbow. A small bow mounted on a stock that fires bolts. It's much better than her bow. Chainmail, split mail. Dwarven large round shield. Some wine. Oh, it's a gift. We need to get rid of some shit. Red steel splint mail boots. Okay, what am I selling? I have a lot of bows here. This symbol is the old Tevinter rune for Tempest. I might need those trap triggers for a quest here. Actually, I may need some of this poison making stuff for a quest here also. I'll sell it if I don't. Probably not going to need 2 sets of leather boots. .32 strength to use that shield. He's not close. The Ember Stone. Okay.
Don't suppose you're looking to buy something? Good then. I'm barely making a killing as it is.
I'm barely making a killing. Alright, there's another party member here that I want to get. So actually, let's go straight for him and see what we need to do about that before we do anything else.
How dare you accuse me of thievery? I saw you take the supplies from my car.
Your grassland eyes are inept. A chieftain would never stoop to petty theft.
You marsh folk are all thieves and liars.
Enough! People here are already desperate and frightened. They don't need you two coming to blows.
But what about my food?
I said enough!
That marshman stole from me, I know it!
Marshman. Swamp Thing! No, we're gonna deal with this right here.
Shokke Marade starit, merade twasit, abana kyun, maras shokra, ananne sam kyun.
Sure, that's what I always say.
You aren't one of my captors. I will not amuse you any more than I have the other humans. Leave me in peace.
You're a prisoner. Who put you here?
I'm in a cage, am I not? I've been placed here by the Chantry.
The revered mother said he slaughtered an entire family, even the children.
It is as she says. I am Sten of the Beresad, the vanguard of the Kunari peoples.
I like Sten. Kunari?
If you haven't heard of us, that is your own shortcoming. Though it matters little now, I will die soon enough.
This is a proud and powerful creature, trapped as prey for the Darkspawn. If you cannot see a use for him, I suggest releasing him for mercy's sake alone.
Mercy? I wouldn't have expected that from you.
I would also suggest that Alistair take his place in the cage.
Yes, that's what I would have expected.
I suggest you leave me to my fate.
I know! Why do Kunari look so different in this than the other Dragon Age games? It's so weird. He's like some sort of mutant Kunari. What's up, Jen? How you doing? What did you do to end up in here?
I have been convicted of murder. Have the villagers not spoken of this?
Who did you murder?
The people of a farmhold. 8 humans, in addition to the children.
Because horns are hard? What's up, Hippophant? How you doing? Well, are you guilty?
Are you asking if I feel guilt or if I am responsible for the deed? However I feel, whatever I've done, my life is forfeit now.
If you feel guilty about the murder, why did you do it?
Either you have an enviable memory or a pitiable life to know nothing of regret.
Aren't you interested in seeking atonement?
Death will be my atonement.
There are other ways to redeem yourself.
Perhaps. What does your wisdom say is equal to my crime?
You could help me defend the land against the Blight.
The Blight? Are you a Grey Warden, then?
Yes, I am.
Surprising. My people have heard legends of the Grey Warden's strength and skill. Though I suppose not every legend is true.
Okay, hey now. That was just rude. Would the revered mother let you free?
Perhaps if you told her the Grey Wardens need my assistance. It seems as likely to bring my death as waiting here.
I'll leave you for now.
Farewell, then.
To be left here to starve? Or to be taken by the Darkspawn? No one deserves that. Not even a murderer.
Sten. Either you have an enviable memory or a pitiable life. To know nothing of regret. Murdering children is not cool. Hey, you don't know what those children might have done. The northern islands are remote. Lush jungles that harbor cities rumored to be the most extraordinary ever built. These are the lands of the Kunari, lands that no foreign eyes ever see. Only the stories of the 3 exalted marches waged against the giants have reached the south, until the arrival of Sten. The stoic giant in the cage was surely the strangest thing the people of Lothering had ever seen, until the Blight struck. The Chastened. The Chastened Wilders have lived in the Korkari Wilds since the first wars with the Alamari drove them southward a millennium ago. According to their own lore, they had always been a forest-dwelling people that adapted quickly to their new home. Game and fish are plentiful in the wetlands, and the Chastened thrived. For a time, they and the hill-dwelling Avars were true threats to the northern lowlands. The Tevinter Imperium had arrived and was hard-pressed to keep back the waves of invasions from the south and the west. The fortress of Ostagar was built specifically to watch for chastened hordes venturing north of the tree line. It was not until the legendary warrior Hafter soundly defeated the Chastened in the first half of the Divine Age that the question of their ability to contest the lowlands was settled permanently. Today, the Chastened are considered largely peaceful, though their ways are still primitive compared to our own. In the Korkari Wilds, they live in strange-looking huts built on stilts or even built into the great treetops. They paint their faces and are split into small tribes ruled by shamans like those amongst the Avars. There are many tales of these shamans having learned their magic from the witches of the wilds, witches that inspire as much terror as they do awe and gratitude, even if there is no definitive proof they exist. Pretty good proof they exist for me, considering one of them's in my party. In particular, the tale of Flemeth, the greatest witch of the wilds, is celebrated amongst all tribes. While there is no way to know how many there are in the wilds today, few travelers that pass through the forest tell of Chastened eking out an existence even in the frozen wastelands of the far south. One can assume that should the Chastened ever organize themselves once more, we might have reason to fear them here in Ferelden. We ignore them at our peril. From Ferelden, Folklore and History, by Sister Patrine, Chantry Scholar. Like, all of the Codex entries are from, like, 3 books. I'm surprised I didn't get a thing about the Kunari, though. I guess I have to learn more about them from him. Find a way to free Sten. You agreed to speak to the revered mother to see if you can get Sten released. Oh, I want to get Sten released.
It shall be done.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
I don't think she can, but...
And so
Whoa!
it is done.
Is that
I
easy?
will follow you into battle. In doing so, I shall find my atonement.
The Revered Mother is not going to be amused by this. And what if I don't lead you to your atonement?
Then I will find it myself. May we proceed? I am eager to be elsewhere.
But... Yeah, but Morrigan has shit on her that I want to take off. Well, whatever.
Blast and damnation!
Yes.
Welcome Sten to the team. Morrigan, I don't need you. You released Sten from his cage and he's agreed to follow you. That's not quite the way I wanted to do that, honestly. I didn't think it was going to work. Hold on a second. Can we ask the Revered Mother to let you go? It's like, I got him. I got him out. It's done. Hold on.
You aren't one of my captors.
Yeah,
I will not amuse you any more than I have the other humans. I'm in a cave. I am Sten of the Beresad, the vanguard of the Kun. If
I would...
I suggest you leave me to my fate. I have been convicted of murder. The people of a farmhold. 8 humans, in addition. However I feel, whatever. Either you have an envy. Death will be my atonement. Perhaps. What does your... The Blight? So my people have heard legends of the Grey Wardens. Perhaps if you told her the Grey Wardens need my assistance. Farewell then.
To be left here to starve?
Find a way to free Sten. Read about Sten. Read about the Chastened. Okay. Let's go see about freeing Sten.
You wish something more of me?
I'll leave you be for now.
My thanks, human.
Alright, let's go. See if we can grab Sten up in the party. Morrigan, I'm gonna need these things back from you. You can keep your own shit, but... I'm gonna need these things back from you. You can keep your own robes. And you can keep that staff too. I'm not a monster. Guess she didn't really have anything meaningful. Gotta go in the chantry, which is over here. My party is going to be Leliana, Shale, and either Sten or Ogren. I can't decide. We'll see. But Leliana and Shale for sure.
There's word of darkspawn stragglers, but no sign of the main horde. We are the only hope of protection this village has now, and I will not abandon them. That is all. May the Maker have mercy on us.
He looks important.
And when the Maker spoke, a chant of light scattered in the darkness. The word dispelled fear and ignorance. Let those who cry out from the shadows be comforted. Let those who seek redemption be delivered. Let those who have sinned be forgiven.
And when the chant spreads across all 4 corners of the world, let it rise at last to the ears of the Maker. Let him hear our unwavering faith. Let him hear our righteous dedication and enduring perseverance.
And then shall the Maker return to us. And then shall the Maker return to the Black City in heaven. And then shall the chant of light make it pure. Let all mankind be humbled. Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
And when the Maker spoke, a chant of light scattered in the darkness. The
Chant
word
of light, huh?
dispelled
I'm not a
fear and
fan.
ignorance. Let those who cry...
Revered Mother. What's up?
Good day, Sister Leliana. I'm surprised to see you're still in Lothering.
It is good to see you as well, Your Reverence.
I do not recognize your companion. Greetings. Will you be making a donation to the Chantry? Our need has never been greater.
Are you joking? Who are you?
I am the revered mother of this Chantry. Traditionally, those who seek my blessing tithe first.
I have nothing to offer.
I understand. Not all are wealthy enough to spare even a few coins for the Maker's favor. What can I do for you then?
I want to talk about Sten, the Qunari you imprisoned.
It might have been kinder to execute him, but I leave his fate to the Maker. Why does he interest you?
What did he do?
He butchered an entire farmhold. Only one of the youngest hid long enough to survive. The child said his father had found the Qunari gravely wounded and took him in. That kindness was repaid with murder. The bandsman found the Qunari just standing amidst the carnage. He did not resist them.
Are you certain he did it?
He confessed quite readily, but would give no reason for the crime. Even the seasoned knights who apprehended him were disturbed by the carnage. However docile he appears, do not be fooled. That Qunari is a danger.
What if this causes an incident with his people?
The Maker demands justice, regardless of his race.
Is there any way I can convince you to release him?
Then his next victims might count you and me as their murderers.
I was thinking you might release him into my custody.
And what do you say on this, Leliana? You know your friend better than I.
These are
We just met.
unusual times, Your Reverence. With us, the Qunari might do some good. I am sure of it, in fact.
Were things not so desperate? Very well, I trust you. Take these keys to his cage and Maker watch over you.
Thank you, Your Reverence. Your trust is not misplaced.
Well, that was easy. We've got Sten's cage key. We didn't really need it, but, you know. You convince the revered mother to give you the key to Sten's cage.
Let it rise at last to the ears of the
Cool.
Maker.
We're gonna go grab Sten now.
Unwavering faith. Let him hear our righteous dedication and enduring perseverance.
Let's go grab some Sten.
I'm cold. I don't like this.
So, let me get this straight. You were a cloistered sister?
You must have been a brother before you became a Templar, no?
I never actually became a Templar. I was recruited into the Grey Wardens before I took my final vows.
Do you ever regret leaving the Chantry?
No, never. Do you?
Yes. You may not believe it, but I found peace there. The kind of peace I've never known.
It used to get so quiet at the monastery that I would start screaming until one of the brothers came running. I would tell them that I was just checking. Oh, you never know, right?
No, I never did anything like that. I enjoyed the quiet.
Suit yourself. The look on their face was always priceless.
I love the characters in this. Alright, Stan.
You wish something more of me?
I have the key to open your cage.
I confess, I did not think the priestess would part with it.
She agreed to release you into my custody.
So be it. Set me free and I will follow you against the Blight.
How can you help us exactly?
I have spent my life in the Vanguard. I know war, and your lands need all the help they can get.
Very well, I'll let you out.
And so it is done. I will follow you into battle. In doing so, I shall find my atonement.
Thank you, Sten. Glad to have you with us.
May we proceed? I am eager to be elsewhere.
All right.
Blast
Morgan,
and damnation.
gone.
Yes.
Sten, welcome to the team. Quest complete.
Why are we stopping? As you wish.
We'll talk to him when we get to camp. Okay. So now I need to see, what has Sten got? He literally comes with nothing. No armor, no weapon, nothing, because he was in a cage. So I need to give him some stuff. We're going to give him this chastened flat blade. We're going to give him this set of splint mail. We don't have splint mail, boots, and gloves, and chest. We're gonna give him a Thane helmet. Ooh, yeah, he looks tough now. We're gonna give him a feral wolf charm and a buckle of the winds and a willpower ring, I guess. I'll take the +1 magic ring. Give him this. Okay, he's all set. What's he got for skills? Just combat training for days. What's he got for abilities? Powerful, threaten, precise striking, taunt. Oh, so I can set him up to be our tank too. Indomitable. Pommel strike. Sunder arms. Mighty blows. I want him mighty blow, sunder arms, pommel strike. Yeah, that's all fine. All right. So now we're going to... come back to this guy.
I brought my family to Lothering because I thought it would be safe.
Not this guy. This guy.
Huh. Don't suppose you're looking to buy something? All right. Just don't buy everything up.
Okay. I'm gonna sell this and this. These and this. And this. Oh yeah, we're not sure what things we're going to need for crafting quests here in this town, so we're not going to sell any of that trap or poison stuff yet, because I think we might need to use some of it. 35 out of 90. He doesn't have a backpack for sale. Nope, he does not have a backpack for sale. I might buy this crossbow for... Where's the nice crossbow that he had before? That's not the crossbow he had before. He had a whitewood crossbow. Now he has a whitewood short bow? Yeah, he's got different stuff from before. Interesting. He didn't have a Viridium helmet before either. I don't really need any of that. Okay. So now let's talk to everyone in town, get all the quests, etc.
As if we needed more fighting here. Don't you see how scared everyone is?
I want to go home.
Greetings to you, milady. If it isn't too much to ask, might you be able to spare some bread?
What happened to you?
We thought it would be safer in Lothering, that the Terran would bring his soldiers here. But bandits attacked us and took everything. Our food, our clothes, my daughter's pet lamb. Nobody cares about a few elves. Can you help us?
You seem to be wearing clothes. I met those bandits and drove them off.
That's wonderful news. Perhaps our belongings are still there.
I can't thank you enough, friend. Even if we don't get everything back, it's good to know others will be safe.
Mother, where are you?
What did we just get? This battlefield spirit maintains a chill even in direct sunlight, which it appears to absorb. Optimal serving is by the drop. Contact with exposed flesh is discouraged, but highly inevitable. It's a gift. A booze gift.
I don't like
It is begun.
Hello, little boy.
Have you seen my mother?
It depends. Who is your mother?
She's really tall, and she has red hair. We live on a big farmhold, all of us. Some mean men with swords came, and Mother told me to run to the village as fast as I could, so I did. She said she'd be right behind me, but I've been waiting and waiting, and I can't see her.
Yes, well, good luck with that. You know where your father is?
He went with William to the neighbours yesterday, but he didn't come back.
Come with me. I'll help you look for your mother.
Mother said I wasn't to go with anyone. I'm supposed to wait for her here, in the village.
Yeah, take this silver. Buy something to eat.
A whole silver! Wow, thank you. You're a really nice lady. Kind of like Mother. I should go look for her.
I'm so surprised we didn't get Morrigan disapproves on that. Like, how dare you help this squalid little village boy?
As you say.
Barbarian mace.
Oh, that's the creature they locked up in the cage, isn't it? The one that killed those families.
Does the revered mother know you freed that creature?
I hear you drove off those bandits.
I brought my family to
They don't come
Lothering
back.
because I thought it would be safe.
So many strangers are about now. We found someone sleeping in our fields, in the hay. So many strangers are about now.
Chanter Devons.
And Eileen spoke unto the masses, My hearth is yours, my bread is yours, my life is yours. For all who walk in the sight of the Maker are one.
Who are you exactly? Chanter nods and smiles. You don't talk much, do you?
Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
He can't answer you. He's Chanter Devons.
Is he touched in the head or something?
No, he's a chanter. One of them that can only say the chant of light. His board has letters of good deeds to be doing. My father fixed Widow Allison's roof once, and the charter paid him, he did.
A learned child is a blessing upon his parents and unto the Maker.
So if I wanted to thatch a roof, I talk to him.
There's all sorts of things on his board. Even travelling sellswords sometimes turn in postings.
So he really can't speak at all?
Unless it's the chant of light, no.
And so Rajmael in the heathen temple recanted. Speak only the word, sing only the chant, then the golden city is thine, spoke Andraste.
The chanter says, what? The Maker is a righteous ass. Anything to say to that?
Sometimes we throw pebbles at him. Doesn't work either.
Have anything of interest on the board?
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
The job board. Several organizations in Ferelden maintain job boards. Okay. Bandits everywhere. As transcribed on behalf of Sir Bryant, Templar and Defender of the Faith. Know that all those who prey upon refugees do so under pain of death. The Maker spurns bandits and their kind. The Templars offer a sizable reward for the apprehension or execution of the bandit leaders plying their trade in the northern wood and roads. Beware. The bandits are numerous and of considerable skill. Only a well-armed and well-trained party should brave the deep wood. We pray for the success of any who undertake this mission. Residents of good standing and passing travelers have indicated there are 3 bandit groups in the Northern Wood. This humble chanter would echo Sir Bryant's caution, lest you wind up another victim to these evil men. The reward for such service is 3 sovereigns. May the Maker look after his children in our hour of need. I'll take it. Chanter's board. Help the chanter. You came across a chanter's board in Lothering. Chanter Devons is in charge of the board, which he fills with the villagers' requests for help. Perhaps you'll be able to help the village with some of its troubles. Weed out the bandits. There's a notice on the chanter's board about bandit groups lurking north of Lothering. There are 3 groups in all, and they must be eradicated. I can do that. Eradicated.
I brought my family to Lothering because I thought
There'll
it would
just
be
be more
safe.
bandits as soon as you leave.
What's going on over here?
The legions of evil are on your doorstep. They will feast upon our hearts. There is nowhere to run. This evil will cover the world like a plague of locusts.
Please, you're scaring the children.
Better to slit their throats now than let them suffer at Darkspawn hands. There! One of their minions is already amongst us! This woman bears their evil stench! Can't you not see the vile blackness that fills her?
Vile blackness, huh? Why don't you keep your voice down?
I watch the Black Horde descend on my people! I will not be silent!
Please stop! Somebody shut his mouth!
But isn't he right? The ban left us. We're going to die.
This minion is but the first of those who will destroy us!
Don't be a fool. Darkspawn can be defeated.
No! I have seen them! You cannot run! You cannot fight!
You poor man. What happened to you?
My family, my clan, those creatures butchered them all. Some of us fled here, but we cannot escape the Darkspawn!
It must have been horrible. How did you escape?
I ran, hearing my wife's screams as they dragged her off. She had hair the same color as yours.
Well, you're not honoring her death by acting like this.
Are you calling me a coward?
I'm calling you an idiot. Listen to yourself for a moment.
I have shamed my ancestors, but the blackness will come.
He was right, wasn't he? There's no hope for us.
There's always hope. Muster your courage.
You're right. We can't give up.
But we can't fight. What are we supposed to do?
We can't lie down and die either. We must go north to Denerim.
Go north to Denerim. What's going on? Chat? Anybody still here? Anybody watching? Been kind of silent for a while.
Maybe with that blasted chasing gone, my headache will go as well. Sorry, I can't talk. I must watch over these wagons.
You can watch me take this ash longbow.
It is begun.
There's Sir Marin. Okay. Alright. Well, this could be a good place to take a little break. End this episode. I'm now the official frost weaponer of the party. you're watching on YouTube, that's going to do it for this episode. So thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Dragon Age Origins.